Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and we are back again with another episode of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So, between the last episode and this one, there are some changes. First of all, hi, I'm here. I also went through and took a look at our team. Decided to try out Red 13 and Aerith first. Honestly, I don't see there being any chance that I get deep into this game without using Tifa heavily. I loved her gameplay in the first one. Just the monk, brawler is so fun to play. She does crazy damage, but I have Red 13 is brand new, so definitely want to give him a shot. And I didn't want to do 3 melee, so Aerith is a ranged caster, Barrett's a ranged as well, but I wanted to give this a shot first. And I don't really know what we're getting into today. We are at the beginning of an open world. There was also, is it combat settings? Let me take a look. Yeah, so these shortcut moves, I guess these are all just abilities, so we can use them via the menu, but there's also, these are much faster ways to do this. So I definitely want to know Arcane Ward. That one's great. All right, and then Red 13's got some stuff. Sentinel Stance is a thing. He guards against attacks to greatly increase Vengeance gauge, and then press square to deliver a counter strike. So we'll see how that looks. But let's go ahead and just start running. We are in this gorgeous world. Look at it. I mean, crazy. This game came out, not this game, obviously, but, the original Final Fantasy VII, I mentioned in a previous episode, came out in 1997. Hold on, gotta beat this dude up. Let's see, I want to switch over. Try Red 13 out. Oh, okay, cool. So we can definitely take down enemies with his razor sharp claws and fangs. Pressed square to swipe at foes, or hold it down to unleash a whirling slash. Okay, cool. Successfully guarding against attacks fills the Vengeance gauge, which can be consumed by pressing triangle to enter Vengeance mode, increasing attack power and dodge speed. At any time, but will last longer. Okay, how full the gauge is. Let's try him out. So where is his Vengeance gauge even at? Maybe a triangle. No? Oh, he's still alive. Oh, this is so cool, man! Look at games. This is crazy. So anybody who doesn't, this is the first RPG I've seen do it. I think others have done it, but I love that our party is just the 3 of us, these 3 right here. But as soon as we're at combat, everybody's here. That's so cool. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so I'm going to make Red my party leader just so I can get a little bit of a better handle, get used to him a little bit. Where was that? Yeah, I'm still absolutely learning how things go here. Set as leader. Cool. All right. So I will default to Red 13 when we're getting combat. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, the game came out, the original game came out in 1997. I was 9, maybe 8 still. And I remember going up to my friend Larry's house. We lived in an apartment at the time, and he lived like above and across the walkway. And Larry was my best friend, and we would hang out all the time. But his dad was like a huge nerd too, and he got Final Fantasy VII, and I remember him coming home with it, and I watched him play the bombing run. The beginning of not this game, but how the Final Fantasy VII remake starts, and how the original game starts with Cloud joining Barrett to do the bombing run. All right, I gotta push circle to hop on stuff. Can I just climb up here? Sick. And man, yeah, I mean, I had seen this guy play so many RPGs over the years. You know, he'd come on with the Super Nintendo RPGs of the time. I mean, I watched him play some Chrono Trigger, some, even like, you know, Breath of Fire 2. I think the first time I saw it was he had it. And it was one of those things that, like, you know, we could only watch. You couldn't touch Big Larry. You know, it was Big Larry was the dad, and couldn't touch his games. And I don't know if that was actually the rule, you know, but as a kid, that's how it felt. Oh, here we go.
It's a pipeline. Moves Mako pumped in Midgard to the outlying towns and whatever else.
Wow, those are huge pipes.
I call it a pipeline, but I call it a funnel. One that drains the planet's lifeblood into Shinra's pockets. Mark my words, I'm gonna put a stop to that. Oh, I know. How about we break it in half and stick one end in the ground? That way we'll really be giving back to the planet.
There's an idea. Real genius one.
And unique? Very.
Very.
Oh, come on!
Yeah, I'm not sure just pumping raw Mako into some dirt will work, Barrett. But yeah, you know, I don't know if the rule was that we actually weren't allowed to touch his games, but you know, that's how it felt. I was 8 or 9, so it was, you know, there was intimidation was a factor and things like that. Let's see what we got here. Stardust Ray and Sidewinder. Ooh, there are summons. Right. I'm probably not gonna mess with summons on these like random battles right now, but I think we'll see it in the bottom right hand corner. No, that's just the... Yeah, you can see it over there on the right, by our names. Let's hit him with some Stardust Ray. Whoa! Nice. I also gotta remember to use my, like, dual attacks, my synergy abilities. But anyways, you know, I think my love for RPGs definitely was, you know, inspired by going up to my friend's apartment, you know, as a kid and watching his dad play his games, and seeing Final Fantasy VII, you know, it stuck with me. It's funny, I didn't actually get to, I didn't own the game for, I mean, years later. I think I was in like 7th grade, and we always had Nintendo systems. You know, I remember my mom bringing out the N64 on Christmas, and it was a year that my my 2 cousins were over, and man, I mean, we wore that thing out. We had like Diddy Kong Racing and Mario 64, and for some reason I remember like GoldenEye and Wave Racer 64. Like, I remember all of these games. I don't know that we, like, you know, went from not having the system to having the system and like 5 games. That seems unlikely, but maybe we did. But anyways, we always had Nintendo consoles, and so this, of course, and all the other Final Fantasy games starting from 7 were on PlayStation. So that was, it came to a point where I needed to synergy abilities. TB, she doesn't have any ATB. Sorry, got completely sidetracked. We'll look at that in a second. It was one of those things where, oh, it's so freaking cool. I'm getting somewhere with the story. I had to save up my own money and, you know, I get the system myself if I wanted it. PlayStation was one that I was going to save up and get myself. So I was saving allowance and doing other little stuff like that, and finally got enough and got a PS1. And I remember going to GameStop and, oh no, I'm sorry, not GameStop. I went to Blockbuster, and I went in. I was so excited. Because I got the system, but I didn't have any games. And so my mom was kind enough to, you know, instead of saying, "Oh, sorry, you need to save up to buy a game now," she took me to Blockbuster, and I was able to rent a game. But this was probably 98. This game had been out for a while, and I know that because when I went to go,
If they're attacking, what does it matter?
I'm just talking over this. I'm sorry.
Before they attack, as I gather yours can't.
Sorry, Red. That was very rude of me. Just telling my story over this. Anyways, we went to Blockbuster, and I went to go rent Final Fantasy VII. And the guy behind the counter was like, hey, you know, Final Fantasy VIII just came out. And I was like, what? So I ended up renting Final Fantasy VIII instead. And it was really the first Final Fantasy that I really played myself. I never really got into, 6 or 3 as we knew it. So I really have a fond, opinion, a warm spot in my heart for Final Fantasy VIII. That being said, I did very soon after end up buying Final Fantasy VII. And, it's an amazing game. It was gigantic. It was insane compared to what we had at the time. And from that, we're here. I mean, we're here now. It's just wild. It is just absolutely wild. I've heard it said that, like, sometimes, these... Why is this destination marker just swinging with me? That's interesting. Why is the destination over there still? Is this because of... No, on our way. What was I supposed to do? Sorry, put distance between you and calm. Okay. Shelter. Card shop? I'm sorry? Drop a pin. Okay, and then this is... Spiritual. Okay, I'm gonna backtrack real quick while I'm finishing this story because I think we're about to get some story stuff. So... I want to go see what this card shop... Oh, the card shop's locked. Okay, never mind. So... I've heard people say that, like, oh, this is what, we thought the game... This is what we saw in our head when we played the game, and that's not true. I think it might be... Instead, what we... Beyond even what we dreamed could be possible. Games like this, The Last of Us Part 2, especially, on PS5, oh, bad guys. Hold on, let me focus it. I'm gonna try to do some real stuff here. Okay, let's go into Predator, let's go into... Where's... Okay, Vengeance mode is grayed out. I don't even know what bar they're talking about. Sick! God, that's so cool. Oh no! Okay, somebody's got me. Let's switch over. Ooh, Aerith. Nice. There's some attacks. I can do a Tempest Strike. Very cool. That summons a Fleeting Familiar. Okay, I saw something about a Fleeting Familiar, and I was confused as to what that was. Okay.
Taking over.
Well, by the time I even got over there, he was done. Focus thrust. That was trash. What even happened there? Blew right past him. Alright, we got some stagger going on. Excellent. Sentinel stance? Sentinel. I really should read these tutorials. I'm feeling this self-imposed pressure to hurry. Oh, these are important, I think. Okay, while I finish up. But yeah, these games look absolutely insane. In nowadays, I feel like we're topping out. I feel like I'm telling myself, like, hey, there's no way it can get much better than this. But I'd like to think that at some point there's a kind of a limit on how good we can make things look, but I don't know. I don't want to be limiting, I don't want to prophesy that there's some that we can't come up with as humans, something even crazier. Maybe virtual reality or 3 dimensions Like, not 3D where it's like, you know, you put on the glasses and it pops out of the screen a little bit, like, but, you know, being able to move through 3D space. Oh, VR. VR is what I'm talking about there. Okay. Let's get to this destination. I've been just kind of wandering and rambling. It's probably the name of the episode. Let's try this again. Okay, so let's build up some ATB. Sentinel stance. Where do I have a meter of some sort? That didn't do nearly as much as I thought. Let's see if I can knock this. That's cool. Knock this dude up in the air? No. Okay. Okay, so you can really do... Okay, I see all of it now. I'm in the vengeance mode now. Okay, need to get up on stuff. But you can... I can treat that Sentinel stance as like a counter. So at like the last second, I can throw it on, absorb an attack, and then hit with a counter. Okay, cool. I have to learn these characters. Let's go see what these people have got for us. Oh, wow. What is this? Is this for our folios? It is! Oh, great. Okay, cool. I was very curious about something. Okay. If I want that, or if I want some synergy skills that I can just use regularly. I'm going to grab this because I think Cloud, I will usually be using Barret or Red 13. So I'm going to grab that. So the other thing I was curious about was weapon level. So my weapon level in the top right is now 0 out of 10, weapon level 1. But his weapon level, Red 13's is... Okay, I'm going to hold off. I want to get 5 more skill points and see what happens there. This should just be like potions and stuff, I think. Huh? Vending machine. Let's see. Oh, these are the cushions. They're on sale. Very nice. Materia. Ooh, the steel materia. Steel materias always make me feel like I'm really messing up if I don't buy one. Because it's, you know, am I missing like exclusive, like, am I missing permanently missable items? All right, this is on sale. This is an upgrade for somebody who got to get it. And it's 2 materia slots, which is really nice. And then let's see. Do I get the steel materia? Do I do it? Yeah. Might as well get one. I'll probably find one on the ground soon, but whatever. That's okay. Okay, so what I was looking at earlier is materia and equipment. Cloud, so the Buster Sword. I don't know if there's a place I can see it. I don't think so. But you can level up your equipment in this. Upgrade weapons right there. Okay, so they are separate. I don't know what that on the right. I don't know what that is. Here's where I set the weapon skills. 15 SP to the next one. Let's do that instead. I'm still a little confused with this. So set the weapon skill. This is where I saw. Okay, not so flame familiar. I've got that one equipped. All right, so that's a hold square ability. I'm not gonna worry about these just yet. Whew. Man, feels like there's a lot of mechanics to keep track of. Anyways, let's just relax for a second and talk to this guy, who I think is, yeah, our conspirator.
You'd be the Avalanche, folks. It's okay, I'm on your side. Heard you be heading my way. You're safe here, but not for long. By the sound of it, Shinra's leaving no stone unturned. Might want to hole up at the old dock out by the swamp. I'd wager Shinra's forgotten it's even there.
Okay. Let's do our upgrade real quick because we bought that bangle. So, Hunter's bangle. Oh, nice. It brings the materia. That's good. I'm glad it doesn't like take the materia off. So that's defense and magic. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's a good thing to do for him, who's kind of a red's kind of a tank. His defense is 23 to 31 on Cloud. Yeah, he's a tough old dog. Is his leather bangle better? A little less magic defense for Cloud. +6 defense though. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. Stardust Ray is the one that's attached to the weapon. Interesting. Man, there's so much. I can't wait to be good at this game. Alright, let me take a little rest here. Load off. Kick up my feet. Okay. Wow, that's a ways. Well, like Barrett said, same way you get anywhere. Got a good pair of legs, you use them. Pearl of ginger root, sprig of sage. I wonder real quick. Item transmitters. Do we have anything here? We could do that, but that's locked. That's locked. Don't have the things that we need for that. Okay, good to know. Whoa, what are these? Those bad guys. That's what those are. Get them! Okay. Exploit enemy weakness. Use assess to find the weakness. Yeah, we did that a little bit already. Synergy abilities. Abilities require... I don't know how to get those yet, but not important. Actually, let's see. Cloud. Let's hit some Howling Smash. What am I supposed to do? Okay. Maybe I keep hitting it? Yes. I think that is the point, is that you do both.
Here it comes. Let's do this. Now's our chance.
Alright, let's do... He's staggered. No, that's not what I meant to do. Aerith, let's do... Got full MP. I will do some Sorcerer's Storm.
One more shot. It's your turn now.
Take him down.
And then...
I'd keep my
Let's hit
distance.
Stardust Ray. What an insane looking move. Does Stardust Ray take 2 ATB charges? I feel like I went to go try it to use it, and does it say? Yes, cost 2 ATB. Okay, that makes sense. It's crazy looking. Okay. Hey, cool. Our destination isn't just sitting on us anymore. See anything over here? What is this? That's where we were. Oliver's Farm. Okay. Someone mentioned to me that... Well, hold on.
If it ain't my
Bill!
group of hitchhikers.
Oh, fancy meeting you here.
Thanks again for the ride to Calm.
Oh, I'm saying, I don't know this guy.
It's the least I could do for two such lovely young ladies. But I do believe I neglected to introduce myself. The name's Bill, and you can count on me for a lift anytime.
Look at this guy. His goggles are sick.
Today, that is. Afraid the old bute's pulled up lame. Sorry about that.
No biggie. We're enjoying the fresh air. Thanks, though.
You, know someplace we can hunker down?
Hunker down, you say?
Hunker down? As you can tell, I tend to hunk up.
What it was like to be young and in love.
Oh my god.
Y'all just head straight that away toward the swamplands. You'll find
Bill.
an abandoned building by the dock. I guarantee no one will bother you there.
Bill, what do you think we are? What do you think these 5 people are gonna go do in a shack near the swamp? Bill does hunk up. I'll tell you. This man has seen and done some things. Alright, thank you, Bill. Let's get out of here. You smell like questionable choices. Couple of ingredients. We're gonna have to do some crafting to get that transmuter level up. It's a nice sound effect too.
Guess I gotta. Go on.
Ugh. Okay, I laid on that. Like I gotta attack from the back. So you can see at the bottom right, just the the way that weapon ability mastered. Nice. That the well, I'll explain. I'll talk about it more next time we're in battle. But you have an ATB gauge that charges up whenever you attack with your character, like when you hit somebody with your character, and your party members here. Let's see if I can show you. So Red 13's is going to charge up pretty quick. As soon as I can land a hit on this thing, there we go. So his is going up, but the other 2 isn't really doing anything, and that's because the game is encouraging you to switch characters often and kind of use everybody. I think I read somewhere that the idea was similar to the original game with the turn-based battle system was giving everybody their turn.
Just like that, okay?
I know that there are. Ooh, I got 5 SP. Okay, hold on, real quick. I want to take a look at this again. Upgrade weapons. 15 of 25. Okay, and maybe that means 5 SP to use. So I think you can continue to upgrade the folios, and then these weapons will just upgrade by themselves. I'll be very curious to see what happens the first time they actually hit like a new level. But yeah, the combat system is designed around having you switch frequently and play all the characters. I know that there are certain abilities and materials and stuff that you get later on that you can do things that will trigger your allies' ATB gauge to increase, like using 2 abilities with different names back to back. I think that was one in Remake, the game from 2020. It was like if you use 2 skills with different names back to back, where are they? Oh, okay. Then your allies' ATB gauges would start to fill faster. So I think there's ways to do it, but early on it's mostly just that. Woo! Yes, that was very satisfying. Oh, there I'm still in battle. Should have. Okay, so water spout. Where is he? There he is. Oh no, he's healing himself. Cool. We're starting to get there. I did not ever go back and replay Remake, so there is a bit of learning curve, getting used to this again. Oh, what I was saying earlier is, someone pointed out that in the first episode, I didn't really speak much to some, aspects that somebody who hasn't, played the first game or seen it would recognize. Like the black-haired guy that you play as Zack. When you play as Zack in the first beginning of the game, that's a huge deal. But for somebody who hasn't played the original, or I'm really glad I didn't buy the sleek saber. Or didn't play the first game or the DLC, really, it doesn't make sense why I would be excited about that. And I'm going to try to do a little bit better of explaining that as we go.
No sign of Shinra.
And I'll talk about it in just a second. But
Looks like an old Republic landing.
Could borrow a boat, make our way across. Then, head on through the mines and keep going till we hit Junon.
Sure. Why not?
You'd trust these rotting hulks?
I mean, we could.
Let's not.
Then maybe we swim it.
This swamp is home to the deadly Midgard Sormer. Beware.
ooh,
But even if you're slow, you can rent a chocobo. We'll see you safely past being nothing if not fast.
So just give Bill the word, and he'll pick you out. A bird.
a bird. That was a very long pause.
Well, can
These
we rent
two-
some birds?
These two are
Can we?
trouble.
Fine.
Trouble. Absolute trouble. I think we'll stop here. I'm very excited about the Midgar Sormer. It was called the Midgar Zolom in the original game. And there's a cool scene that I'm excited to see what they do with it. Wow, man. Shack, the swampy shack. This is where Bill was telling us that, this is Boogie Nights. Whoa, we got boxes just falling on people? Anyways, last thing before we go. Zack, this is kind of a spoiler. Possibly information that will be revealed later in this game, but I think Square Enix expects you to know this already. And I'll explain why in a second. But the flashback that we went through, where Cloud was going through being led by Tifa and Sephiroth, that wasn't Cloud. That was Zack. Zack is the one that did that. And that sounds like a huge spoiler, right? Cloud's memory is wrong. He is a unreliable narrator. But again, I think Square is going to play with our knowledge of that. They expect us to know that. I'm sorry, the other part of it is after that flashback, when it cuts out and we don't see what else happens, the end of Zack's story is that he dies trying to get Cloud to safety. So Cloud is around, but all that stuff that Cloud was doing in the flashback, that was actually Zack. So it's going to be interesting what they're going to do with that, because there was a game, a prequel game called Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, and it was the full story of Zack, right? So it was everything that he did before the flashback, his time working, just getting into Soldier and being part of the, in the Shinra company. And that game ended with Zack dying to protect Cloud and get him, to safety. So they released that last year, I think. So it seems everything I've seen really indicates that they want us to know that going into this game. Because of the crazy events at the end of Remake resulted in... It seems like an alternate timeline or something, some other dimension. Timeline's probably the best word for it, where Zack didn't die. He is alive, and he does bring Zack does bring Cloud into Midgar, and that's what we see at the beginning of this game. So they want us to know that. I don't know what they're going to do with it. I'm very excited to see. But I wanted to just shine a little light on that for anybody who didn't know. Also, if you have any questions, by about the story or anything you see, put it in the comments. I am just starting. I'm just finding my feet. New things are happening all the time, but I am in the comments. So, if you put anything in there, I am happy to respond to it. That's going to be it for me today. Thanks so much for giving me a little bit of your time, and I hope you have a great day.